Welcome back to the She's Next Level podcast. Today we're recording in the car. I'm honestly just playing around with where I feel the best when it comes to recording these podcast episodes for you. Before we start, I'm just going to take a sip of some water. Because, my girl, we have some tea. I have some tea to share with you guys in regards to my life, what it is that I'm doing right now. It's so funny because I posted on Instagram about like what I should talk about this week, and I had like two different episode ideas. And it's just funny because going back to like, the self-trust, I knew what I wanted to talk about before I posted that. And it was funny because it was like very close as far as like what people wanted me to talk about. And I knew either way I was still going to talk about what I wanted to talk about. Words. I knew what I wanted to talk about regardless of what the outcome was going to be, whether people wanted me to talk about like the other topic besides this one, which I'm still going to be talking about the other topic around comparison. So just you wait for that, because your girl has been getting the most reflections. Reflections to me is just my triggers around that. Just you wait. But this is something I want to share with you guys because I really want to take you guys on a journey with me. And this is something that is important for you guys to know where I'm at, to like build upon it. But it's just been really cool for me to just see that of like, wow, like, yeah, it doesn't matter what people want to hear from me. Like, I'm doing this for me, and then whoever wants to benefit from it will benefit from it. Just in case, like, you're like a content creator and you're like always thinking about like, oh, like, what should I post that people are going to listen to? It's like, people are going to listen to you regardless. It's just like, it doesn't feel good to you. Anyways, that's my little ramble about that. But today we are going to get to the nitty-gritty and talk about why in the hell would I shut down my business where I was making six figures and doing it only working less than 10 hours a week. And I'm not kidding you. Like, that's literally, it was like a high ticket service that I was providing. It was like a stretch mark and scar tattooing that I was providing. It's actually a very new niche in the beauty industry, by the way, if any of you guys are curious. And it was something that's also unsaturated. It was a really great opportunity, and there's so much that I took away from that, that I'm super grateful for, honestly. And it's just crazy because, like, I mean, most people would not leave something like that, even especially like barely having to work and making that kind of money. But what I want to share with you guys today is like why I still decided to do that, and the reason being for like where I'm at right now and the lessons that I've learned. And like, and honestly, that was my only income stream as well. Like, I've only ever been in businesses. I've never worked a 9 to 5. You guys listen to my intro trailer story, my story little podcast. You guys know the background. Like, I've never went to college. I had so many businesses in my life. I've done so many random jobs in my life and so many things. I don't even remember half of it because it's just been so much. But it's always been in some way like me working for myself, or like me doing something that allows that flexibility and freedom in my life, because that's really, really important. But yeah, let's get into this, because important to mention here, I want to take you guys like way back 2 years ago. Okay, when I was actually doing drop shipping at that time, which you guys don't know what drop shipping is, it's basically a fulfillment method in e-commerce where you basically can sell anything online through running ads, and then you're working with a supplier from China and they have the product. So whenever you get the order from your Shopify store, they ship it out so you don't have to hold inventory. It's great for you to test out different products that you want to sell and then eventually brand them. But anyway, so I was doing that, was not working out for me. I did a little bit with it, but I was just like not happy at all. I was like bored as hell in my life. So then I remember having like an intuitive hit, and I didn't know, like, I feel like we all are intuitive, but we don't realize like that's the thing. And we don't realize like, oh, the why we're making certain moves or doing certain things in our life until you really become like hyper aware of life and the way life works, like I have. So back then though, I wasn't like aware of all these things. And I remember one day I got like a download, like a hit of like looking into permanent makeup. And mind you guys, like I've never thought of the beauty industry, and not to like shit on anyone that's in the beauty industry, but I was like, that's what every other girl does. Like I'm not that girl, and like I never just thought of it. But I was like, you know what, girl? I know I'm not a failure. I have nothing to lose at this point because I literally left dropshipping and I had no game plan of what I was going to do. So I decided to like look into it. So I go into like Facebook groups, I start researching, and I remember seeing somebody post about stretch mark and scar tattooing, and I was like, I've never heard of this before, and I have stretch marks from my weight loss, but I've never like felt so insecure about them. Like I've never had anything crazy. Like I know that they're there, and I never really felt like the way that a lot of people actually do feel about them. But I was like, this is cool. Like, let's explore it. Like, you know, I didn't really think anything of it. And then the more I started looking into it and I started doing my research and like the income potential and like how easy it is to learn, at least in my opinion, it feels easy to learn. Cause I'm like very hands on and like, I don't know. I'm just ended up being good at it. um, but I was like, I need to do this. And even though I felt that, also deep down, I also knew like somehow this is still not going to be the thing for me that I'm going to do, that my soul is here to do, like my purpose. I knew that it had an expiration date. I just didn't know when, but I allowed myself to go on that journey because I really didn't have any income. Like I've only ever been in businesses. So before, when I used to be in the nightlife, like that was not going back to anymore. Like I was like so done with that. So I was like, whatever, like let's give it a year. I gave myself a year and I was like, let's see where this takes me. And I remember like when I first started, I had so much passion, I had so much fire, and I was just like, yes, like this is amazing. The money's great too, right? And so I've been doing that ever since, but I did know earlier this year, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel an energetic shift. And you know, when, I don't know if you guys ever felt this way, but like I felt differently without understanding why I feel differently. Like I just started feeling differently out of nowhere around the business. And it's not to say that I'm not grateful for the business, because I am super grateful for this business. It's given me the money, and I'll go deeper into the money shit because like there's a lot behind that, but it gave me like the money, the freedom, the flexibility, and it opened myself up to opportunities and possibilities that I didn't know existed for me. Like started investing in myself more, learning more about what actually matters and what I'm actually interested in. Also I started healing my money relationship and like feeling more comfortable with charging like thousands of dollars, because that's literally like how it is in the industry, like thousands of dollars for to people, and feeling comfortable in like even circulating more money, like really expanding my capacity to receive and also circulate money. So that was really cool. It served its purpose. But anyways, so backstory, back in May, I remember like really that feeling was just really hitting me hard. And I was like, I know, I feel like it's time. Like, I know it's like the money wasn't moneying for me anymore. Like, the money wasn't moneying for me. It was like, no matter how much I made, like 10K months, like it was, and without doing barely anything, guys, like literally work on a few clients out of the month, like low maintenance, bare minimum. And even that, I was just like bored. I didn't feel fulfilled. And I was like, we need to do something. There's something happening here. Like, I think it's time. So I remember like having a intuitive read with like the practice, the training that I'm a part of for like practicing our intuition. I remember getting a read from somebody about like that specifically, and then sitting with myself, because we're all about self-trust here. So then sitting with myself around it and being like, you know what, this actually feels right. And it's so crazy how like you don't have to wait so long for you to make a decision about something. Like I literally, the moment I heard it and I sat with it and I was like, no, it's time. within like 3 days, I messaged my girl that I was renting the studio from, and I was like, girl, like, I'm just shutting it down. Like, this is not working for me. And it worked out. Like, I was able to finish that last month off from my rental and shut it down. And it's so crazy, guys, because the moment I did that, I made the most money doing the least, like barely doing anything that last month that I was. And I didn't have like the clients came in. I didn't have that many clients booked for like usually in the summertime, it kind of like goes down. And I didn't have that many clients booked for that time period. But then I ended up booking them like last minute, and it was just like coming to me. Like I didn't even do anything for them. And it was actually fun. Like it was fulfilling. It was like fun clients, and I made the most like finishing it off. So you're on the right path at that point. But that was helpful. Like I didn't need that money. The gray area, as you can say, in just finally starting my podcast, which is like my sole purpose career. I know like this is something I'm meant to do, and I'm still like I'm unsure like what exactly looks like, but I'm following it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's not about like having to know everything and having full clarity, because like I don't even have full clarity yet, to be honest with you. But it's about courage. It's about having courage to be able to choose yourself over everything and actually see what truly matters for you. So like, you know how there's a saying, hold on, I gotta drink some water because your girl's on fire. Okay. So you know how there's a saying out there like happiness doesn't buy money, or sorry, money doesn't buy happiness. That's what I meant. Okay, so yes, money doesn't buy happiness, but your happiness creates that money. And the biggest lesson for me overall is the fact that I create everything. And at the end of the day, it's not about how the things that we want, it's about how I feel that matters the most to me. So for me now, after being financially comfortable and like having what I thought I wanted, the money and the comfort and the security, when I had that, I still wasn't happy because I wasn't doing the thing that I know I'm meant to here to do, and I wasn't doing what lights me up. And I wasn't clear about that, to be honest. Like I knew in the back of my head, like, yes, podcasting, but there has been a lot in the journey along the way of me learning more about myself and like healing my self-perception and how others perceive me, and like learning to trust myself more and like my intuition and like all of these things, where it's so perfect that it happened now, but it was perfect in the way that it happened because now I fully realize and see that money is not going to solve that. It's great and we want a lot of it. Your girl definitely wants a lot of it as much as possible. Why not? It's available for us. But what matters more is about your feelings, about how you feel, about what you're doing to receive that, or like as a part of your lifestyle. So I'm not gonna lie, like I still have moments of doubt that creeps up in my mind from just like making this decision. And like sometimes I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, can I really do this? Like I had something so safe and secure, and I'm starting something so new. And like not just this, guys, like there's another business I'm gonna get into that I'll share a little bit about, that I'm starting at the same time. And it's like literally cutting my income to zero, which thankfully I have I call it an opportunity fund, because words have frequency, and like the way you say certain things make you feel a certain way. It's all about feelings when you're like creating the life that you want. So anyways, I call it my opportunity fund. So I have some money there. Even though I want to move to and all that stuff, it's like I have some money there. So like it's not like I blindly did that. It was perfect in the time I did it. But like your girl wants to still live her life. I'm not gonna like cut down on things because of me having that uncertainty going on in my life right now. Like I'm not going to do that. That's not in alignment. That's not how I'm going to create even more abundance for myself. So anyways, as I am going to keep learning and healing myself even more of like my self-perception and the way I see life and what I create with this, I feel like I'm constantly reminding myself of why I'm creating this in the first place. And I think it's really important to like really get clear on that at this point, because if you've also been having something in the back of your mind that just like keeps coming back to you, like the podcast did for me, it was always in the back of my mind. It's time to explore it. You know, it's there for a reason. Your soul desires it for a reason, and don't ignore it. Like I'm not going to regret anything. I'm not going to say that I regret the time that I've like wasted, it, as some people may see that, because I don't feel like I have. I feel like it's perfect that I started, but there's a moment where you know it's time to start that thing and you're not moving forward with it, but it's still like tugging at you. You know? It's like I personally don't believe in perfect timing. I believe that you create that timing for yourself. You create everything. But I do believe that you know when it's time. Like it's ultimately up to you. It's not up to anything outside of you, and you know when you're ready. And I will say, like back then, I probably wasn't as ready as I am now. But I wasn't gonna wait anymore when I knew for sure that like we're done here. Like there's nothing else that I thought would bring me what it is that I wanted, which was like that safety, security, that freedom, you know, that money gives you, and all of those things. It was like I maxed that out. So I was like, now we're finally gonna do what we want to do because we love to, and not because I feel like I have to. It's like a very big difference. So your girl is moving different. And one more thing that I wanted to add on, by the way, let's say like you're unclear of like what it is that you know you want for your life, or like you got to be really careful here too, because you know we tend to see on social media like everybody living their life and what they're doing, and like a lot of the times we get focused on the money and what the money can bring you. But I think it's really important. This is something that I did that also helped me. Like, I'm going to get into what I'm doing now for the business and the podcast, but like what really helped me get clear on what I want to focus on this time around, and actually like work on building something that's like sustainable, that's long term, that's fulfilling for me, is I thought about like what kind of lifestyle do I want to live. So, for example, the stretch mark business is location dependent, right? It's like it's a physical location that I gotta go to, and your girl likes to travel. You know what I mean? Like we want to explore, like Dora the Explorer up in here. I literally lived my Dora the Explorer lifestyle in New York, but it's still a part of me. So like, you know, your girl loves to travel. Your girl loves her freedom and flexibility, and to be able to do whatever she wants whenever she wants, and make the most amount of money with the least amount of effort. That's like what I want to do. That feels good to me. And obviously making an impact and difference and helping people. But the difference now, even with that, is that I'm doing what I want to do and being myself fully. And then whoever aligns with that is coming into my world. Whatever even I offer, they're coming into my world, and they want that because I created it for myself, the version of myself that wished she had that. I'm creating it for those people. So anyways, it's really important to get clear, because there's going to be certain types of businesses or business models out there that actually support the lifestyle that you want to live. So I think of it that way. Like I think about like online businesses, right? Okay, so another backstory. Last year, I created an online course for my stretch mark business. So it was a training course. I was starting to train people. And that right there, I mean, did amazing with it. Like made an extra 20 grand passively just from that, barely trying, from like I did it with running ads. So I love running ads. I'm pro ads. There's always a lot of ad talk in the world about like, oh, you don't have to run ads, you don't have to do this and that. I think very differently of it. I think if you have your organic social media and you have ads at the same time, it really helps you live that kind of lifestyle where you can show up if you want to. And even if you don't show up, you can obviously still make money in the back end organically, but you can make even more with ads, because it's always going to be running once you know, have a winning ad and like, you know what you're doing. So, having that experience of running ads for that course, and it was a high ticket course on top of that too. So, having that experience has helped me realize, like, there's something here, and maybe I could just do that, but do it for low ticket digital products and create funnels for that and automate the whole thing to create passive income for myself. And so I'm going on a whole journey with creating that and launching that. I'm actually going to be creating a marketing course for beauty business owners and using the social proof that I already have to help people with their businesses and still sell that course because I already made it. You know what I mean? Like, why not? This is what I mean, guys. Like, you got to use your resources wisely and really think outside of the box. At least for me, like, that's, ooh, almost hit my mic. At least for me, that's what I'm doing. So I was like, we could totally do that and run ads for that. And it's not going to require much effort from me. It's just like a lot of the front end stuff, but it's not like low ticket stuff is a lot easier for me to make than like high ticket actual courses. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I feel like it's going to be fun. It's something that even I can apply in my own sole purpose career and like, learn so much from it. And I really do see the value in it because it's like I'm going to be able to make money from anywhere doing whatever. Like it's still going to run automated in the background. And so that's like one of the businesses that I'm up to. And I know it still feels scary, even though I've like spent thousands on ads already, like from the other business, because like I still have this thing that I'm working on with money right now where it's like I obviously like cut down my income to zero, but it's okay because I have some money saved up and I just need to shift my perspective, which I'm working on, and like seeing how every every little investment that I'm making in myself and in my business and like in anything, I know I'm responsible enough to invest it wisely and it's actually giving me experience and knowledge and all of that. So like it's up to me to then take that and move accordingly. You know what I mean? So I mean it's going to require a lot of faith, but I know it's possible. I see people doing it all the time. I mean, it's nothing new like selling digital products, right? It's out there. There's so many different ways to do it. But I feel like I'm just taking a bit from like every one of what I've learned so far and then creating my own way of doing it because who knows, like maybe one day I'll be teaching you guys how to do it. Like who knows? That would be fun because I do love business, guys. Creating your vision to life excites me, like to help people with that and like to like create something and make it your own and like just see how it impacts the world and like be able to have that creative freedom. Like that's what I like about business. It's like you can literally make anything the way that you want it to be. But anyways, enough of that. And for podcasting, guys, like I feel like I don't know the direction where the podcast is going, to be honest. Like I I've been learning a lot in intuition, like training my intuition for myself to help me like trust myself more, read energy, like really navigate the world through, just knowing what I need to do and like filtering out like the BS versus the real deal and all of that. Also like self-perception, like inner work, like changing the way I see myself and how others see me, really loving myself more and unconditionally, really big on the unconditional because sometimes I feel like we love ourselves, but like when we're being critical of ourselves, we're not actually loving ourselves. Or when we're judging the parts of ourselves where we feel like that's not so great or labeling ourselves in a certain way. I mean, that's like a whole nother podcast episode. It's been something that I'm meant to work on this in this lifetime too. But just like inner work and like also finding ways to like reprogram your mind in like the most easiest, most efficient way. Energy work, guys. I've been having so much fun doing energy work and just fascinated to see how quickly and how it works. Like it's wild. I'm probably going to have some that I'll be sharing with you guys and like some that I channel and tweak because I'm even able to do that, which is really cool. I've been playing around. I've just been having fun. It's been like my little playground and just like having fun and fucking around. And it's like I always say to myself, I don't fuck around, but I fuck around. Because it's like, it's okay to be serious, but it's also okay not to be serious. You know what I mean? Life doesn't have to be so black and white, which I've been learning, just to live in the gray area and just let it flow and just be with the flow. You know, I have my days. I have my days where I'm like, what did you do? Like, my parents don't even know, by the way, that I've like shut down my business. And they're still like telling me that their friends are like asking about what I'm doing, and like they're interested. I still get phone calls of people still wanting to book with me, and I'm just like, no, like I know my path. I know that this is the right step, because when is it ever going to be? You know, if I don't take this step and if I don't make that decision, because ultimately you have the freedom of choice. No matter what your life circumstances are, at the end of the day, you have that choice. You always have the ability to make that decision. And it's just simply a matter of getting out of our own way. Cause like I know I can attest to this, where I have played small. I have put myself, you know, in situations where I knew wasn't best for me, but I did it because I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel secure. I wanted to feel validated, loved, like all of these things. But then it only lasted like 2 seconds. And then it didn't, I was still feeling like that. And if anything worse, because I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't fill my cup up. I let the external world decide what it was going to mean about me. And I did that. And it wasn't the world, it was me. I did that to myself. So I know like that sounds a little triggering, and it sounds a little like, what? But you do ultimately create everything, and you do ultimately have the power. And that's the beauty of it. You have the power to change whatever you don't feel like doing anymore and switch it up. So I just really want to encourage you guys, like if there's anything that I want to leave you with this today, with this whole like life update and what I'm up to in my story, is that I want you guys to really get curious. I think that's one of the biggest things that has helped me in my life and the way that I think, is even if I don't agree with like everyone's opinions or whatever, I get really curious. And just staying curious helps you learn more. It helps you learn more about yourself and other people. And that's what happened to me. Like me even starting this journey, it was me getting curious about what this was, and it led me to the next thing, led me here, and it was all perfect. So go inwards. You know, some of the things that you can do, like, because I know some people are like not even like sure about what they want to do, and I know that was me. Like even when I knew I wanted to do the podcast, I was like, but what's it gonna be about? And I honestly still don't know, like have a full idea, but I'm literally allowing the creativity and the inspiration that hits, just following those pools that I have and what I want to share, what I want to talk about. Like I'm allowing that to just like come out and flow. So you don't have to have it all down now, but just like a general idea. Here's some things that you can do. One of the first things, and these are things that I've done, but one of the things that you can do is write down a list of like all the jobs you've had, and write down the things that you genuinely enjoyed, and also the things that you felt like you were great at. Because you're going to notice that there's a common thread of the things that keep repeating up in the types of jobs that you've selected. And I know that was the case for me. But even in a job that you're not like 100% about, there's something in you that chose that job. And there's something there that you know that you're good at, that you can do. Something else that I also recommend as well is to write down the things that you feel pulled to in learning. So that was a big one for me, because I've been obsessed with self-help, self-development, which then turned into spirituality in 2020. And then from spirituality got even deeper with like self-perception and like self-image type of work, self-love, all of that. And then my intuition and training that now, and like being able to kind of read energy, which has been fun. Like that's more of like a passion hobby for me. So I was doing it for me, but really just like, I'm so deep in it now where I'm like, wow, like I really know how the world works. And then obviously there's still so much more to learn, but like really having that grip on manifestation, aka creation, that's what I call it. So write down like all your interests. Cause I mean, there's obviously a lot more to me than just those things too. Like you guys know, I'm into beauty, health, and fitness. I love cooking, all of that stuff, dance. But yeah, just write down everything. Not everything has to be a part of your career. Some of your passions and hobbies can stay that. And those are really, really important, actually. It's one of the keys to getting what you want. Maybe I can make an episode about that. Let me know in the DMs if you, in Instagram, if you want me to make an episode around that. Because apparently that's something I'm really good at. And I get told that all the time. Like people are like, yeah, that's what I noticed about you. You just like to have fun and do what you want to do. So, okay. Another thing you can ask yourself as well, and this is like a famous question. You've probably heard it before, but you need to hear it from me today to actually do something about it, because I want you to actually do this, especially if you don't know. I do this all the time. I'm always asking myself, and this is how I get clear. But ask yourself, if you could make millions, okay? I mean, at least for me, like, I don't know if you want to make millions, but your girl is definitely down for some millions. Hey, throw a milli. Okay. So if you could make millions doing anything, literally, if that was a possibility, because it is, technically it is, what would it be? What would it be? What would it be? Explore it. Explore it. And, you know, if you do have an idea, then reach out to people in your industry, you know, whether it's Facebook groups like I did, just ask about their experiences, dig deeper, visualize yourself doing it. That was a big one for me. I would visualize myself podcasting, and I still do. And I see myself like, and I get really excited. Pay attention to how you feel when you visualize yourself doing it. And that's going to tell you a lot, because you're just going to see how you feel. So play with it. I mean, that's what life's about. It's just fun play. Like, even if there's things that, I mean, there's things about us that we still don't know about ourselves that we haven't been aware of that we would be interested in. For me, it was intuition. I'm not going to lie, because it's been the bane of my existence and trusting myself. And I never thought that I'd be fortune telling out here for fun, but I'm doing it. And I didn't think it would be something I actually enjoy, but I actually enjoy it. I think it's so cool to be able to do that. I think it's like a superpower, and we all have it, but it's just about like honing in on it, training it, getting better and better with it, trusting yourself more. Thank you for tuning in to my TED Talk. It's actually one of a dream I have of talking on TED Talk, and I know I will. It's on my vision board. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys about what I'm up to right now, and like the update, and like just, I feel like my perception around money and like how I want to live my life from now on in desire, in joy, in abundance. Like, these are the things that matter more to me than just doing something for the sake of money. And like I said, if you have a job, another thing I just wanted to mention is, if you have a job, don't quit that. Like, know what makes you feel safe and secure, and what's going to not put you in that override with your nervous system. Because even for me, like, I'm okay. And I know there's like things that I'm working through, like the not enoughness and all of that. I'm aware of it and I'm working through it, and I know that I'll be all right. And I also know myself. Like, I know that I cannot work a 9 to 5. I mean, I haven't had a job since 2020. So for me, it just like, I'm willing to push myself, and like, I know myself that I'll be able to do it, and I'll push and I'll do what I have to do to make it happen. But if you're not like that, and you do enjoy having that like safety bucket, whatever it is, and it's not a bad thing, there's no right or wrong, you just got to know yourself. If you know that, and you are willing to then just like invest some time into the thing that you want to do on the side, and you're going about that way, perfect. The point is to just freaking start, and the point is to get clear on what it is that you actually want. So that's what I wanted to share. I feel like a lot of people that I want to attract into my community are like people that want to be entrepreneurs, or people who already are entrepreneurs, and women that are, you know, ambitious, and they really want to build a business from their feminine energy, from desire-based versus obligation, from a place of fun, joy, and feeling worthy and good enough. So if that resonates, then continue to follow along, because there's going to be more for you here. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're listening to me on YouTube, then make sure you subscribe. I post every Thursday. And then if you're listening on Apple and Spotify, you know what to do. But I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.